died on the cross and he rose again. And that is basically what that color purple gives us. It indicates that we have died to the lower self and given birth to the higher self, the super consciousness of that energy. Now, in the tarot, we have it here with the archangel of Gabriel, the purple shawl, if you will, overlooking the male and the female. I'm sorry, this is Raphael. I apologize. This is Raphael. And we also have it on the wings of Archangel Michael. And we have it here, which is exactly that transformation, that higher spiritual, let's say, practice, what we're trying to do. I'm lost for words here. Transformation, the integration, where the winged angel of Gabriel is calling the male and the female, again, the duality, the polarity of negative and positive, the conscious and the unconscious, and we now create the super consciousness, which is depicted in judgment by the child, that new baby, that new creation. So purple has a great amount of meaning in the tarot. It's the greatest form of enlightenment when we unite our opposites and then work on the spiritual aspects of the integrated soul or the integrated being. All right, so we colored purple. I'm trying, my mind is racing 240 here. I apologize as I'm just not quite centered. Trying to think of the next color I want to share with you. Let's go to brown. Brown is grounding, we know that. It is practical, it is earthy, and we see brown when, again, we see the clubs or the wands in the tarot. And I know that I put them aside here somewhere. Bear with me. There's a lot of cards to show you. All right. In the Eight of Pentacles, we see that there is a brown bench and then we have a tree. Brown gives us the security that we can sit and build and work from. It is stable and it is dependable. We also see that the person crafting the pentacles feels confidence that the tree, also brown, is dependable enough to hold his pentacles, his coin upon, and that they will be secure and they will be safe. So it gives us that indication of what brown color represents and depicts in the tarot. I also want you to think about friars and monks, and they wear brown long garments, having to do with the practicality of what they stand for, that they are service to others, those in towns and those that they give a foundation to. Friars and monks are the backbone, the servants, that from their work we can create something of the spiritual realm by those priests, initiates, spiritual people. You still need those friars and monks, and they're represented as the salt of the earth by wearing the brown robes. Now that takes care of brown. Let's go to white. Now, white has all the colors. White includes every color of the rainbow. In fact, white really isn't a color. They say that when the 7 primary colors are in perfect order, they represent white light. Now think about that, because when we know that we have our 7 chakras, which represents the 7 colors of the rainbow, we then radiate white light, illumination. Now white also stands for purity, loyalty, unfoldment, honesty, truth, and the soul. Now, the soul is depicted in the color blue of the unconscious, of the feminine, where it is represented at a highest vibration of the perfected soul is the color white. Now, I want to bring back this, now that we've talked about white, I want to share with you other ways that the tarot depicts and represents white in a way that will show you how red and white works together, and basically they are at opposite ends of the scale. And of course I'm having difficulty finding a very important card, and I ask that you indulge me. I also want to go back a few minutes. I just found something. Look at the purple and back of justice. Wow. The purple unites now the neutralized pillars that once began as male and female. During the process of uniting the two, again, think of red as male, blue as female. They are now united. They become orange, and now the duality and the polarity has vanished and become one, where we have gray pillars. We'll talk a little bit about that later, but forgot about that beautiful uniting gray veil behind the Justice card. All right, back to red and white. And again, thank you for your patience and indulgence. There's so much I want to share with you, and my mind is trying to get there. All right. Red and white are on the opposite scale of the spectrum. Red is our first color. And we talked about that in The Magician. But look at his inner garment. His inner purity is what the tarot is trying to tell you. That he begins of the highest vibration. Over it, he cloaks the fire spirit of red in order to manifest what it is he desires. That is repeated here, where we have the red roses of desire, the power, the will, the energy, the purpose, mingling with white lilies of pure thought or abstract mind, the mind that isn't in a way of categorizing, a mind that believes in the unbelievable, the abstract mind that forms itself through a realization that anything is possible. So you have that here. You also have it here in the Hierophant. His outer garment is also, or his inner garment is also white. Purity of purpose with the red. Again, we see red roses and white lilies. And also in the Queen of Pentacles, she has a white inner garment indicating purity of thought with her red garment. So understanding that again helps you to see what the cards are trying to give you. The purpose of it, the spirituality of it, once you understand the colors. All right, so white is soul. White is the highest vibration. Well, let's go to the other opposite of white, which is surely depicted in the High Priestess, where you have Boaz, and I'm talking now about these are the pillars at the entrance of the Temple of Solomon, but we're also talking about the Tree of Life, where you have the pillar of mercy as Boaz, which is the male, wow, I said that wrong. Boaz is the pillar of severity. It has to do with the feminine. Jachin is the pillar of mercy, has to do with the male energy. And together now, we unite them, and we find out that the color black is opposite of white. So what is black? Well, black really is void of color, and in that void there is a mystery, there is a mystique. It is seductive. And we look at the duality of black because in life we see black as depicting mourning, grieving, sadness. We also see it being depicted as depression, despair, worry. We also see black depicted as ignorance, the unknown, the uncertain, the taboo,